Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm shooting this on Bank Holiday Monday, August the 31st. You're going to see this tomorrow on Tuesday. And I want to zero in on Tesla specifically, but also talk a little bit about Apple and the stock split because it took effect today. Both companies are now trading on their new share prices. And I just want to dig a little bit deeper, specifically when it comes to Tesla, on what's next. What might happen next? What are the things that are, I wouldn't say keeping me up at night, but what is making me a little bit anxious about Tesla specifically and the frenzy that we've seen. Now, as always, these videos are made for educational purposes only, so please don't take any of what I'm about to say as personal financial advice. I don't know your circumstances, so I cannot make a recommendation of whether you should sell, should buy, shouldn't buy, should not sell, right? Please use this as a means to do further research and to basically empower your decision going forward with further research. So without further ado, let's get into this. I think it's safe to say that the Tesla stock price has gone absolutely nuts over the last 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, look, the first stock split that we got wind of was Apple, and then literally a week later, Tesla announced exactly the same thing, but on a 5-to-1 ratio, in opposed to the 4-to-1 ratio that Apple announced the week previous. Now, when you look at Tesla specifically, the stock price has shot up 61%. I mean, this thing is crazy, and it's been great for me personally. As you guys know, I do have Tesla stock. I got in at 850, and when the stock split actually happened, we were trading at 2,200. So my portfolio is over 100% up, and it's been a really, really positive time for me. However, there is something that Warren Buffett said that has always been stuck in the back of my mind over the last 2-3 weeks. And his saying is that, you need to be cautious when people are greedy and greedy when people are cautious. And this Tesla stock split has kind of brought that to the forefront of my mind. Reason being is that there is a chart talking about the impact of the Robinhooders. Robinhood is a similar app to Trading 212 and Free Trade here in the UK. They were supposed to come to the UK, but they pulled out. We don't know if they're going to be coming to the UK anymore, but there is a chart that shows the impact of the Robinhooders. And when you look at this chart, it basically highlights the fact that a lot of the growth behind the Tesla stock has been fueled by retail investors, just like you and I, using Robinhood to basically buy stock. And that creates a frenzy, and it creates an atmosphere that gives me a little bit of a concern. And I think I mentioned in one of the videos or one of the lives that I'm a little bit anxious. I certainly mentioned it on IG, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. Now, whenever you see a stock price go up by 60% you always have to ask yourself the question of, is this sustainable? And with that being a simple yes or no answer, the answer is very simply no. So at what point do we see the reversal in the process that we have seen that has taken this stock from $850 to $2,240, I believe it was, before the split, and today alone, after the split, trading at $440 to now be trading at $487, which is almost a 10% increase in value. You have to begin to question how this is happening and the reasons why this is happening. Now, the reasons are pretty evident, right? A 5-to-1 stock split taking the stock price from $2,200 to $4,087, $86 a share means that the stock price becomes a lot more attractive. And that's one of the reasons why they did the split in the first place. But I have to highlight and tell you guys again that this stock price does not in any way, shape, or form change the fundamentals behind Tesla. Now, if you have not watched the previous video where I talked about Tesla and the stock split and some of the fundamentals about that, the company itself, where I feel really, really strongly about the company and what they're basically doing and how good of a job they're doing in their mission to, take the world away from fossil fuels, then that is the video right there. Definitely go and watch it. But is this sustainable? The answer to this is no. And the reason why I've been so anxious and I have a little bit of a thought in my mind around what I'm going to do next, and I will share this with you guys, is because of that Warren Buffett quote. Be cautious when everybody is greedy. Be greedy when everybody is cautious. Because there have been so many people pile into this stock, it is inevitable that at some point, those same people are going to want to take profits. And these will be traders, retail investors, and professional investors, so investment houses alike. They are going to look at this share price and they are going to say, look, we've had great growth, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, depending on when they got in, and they are going to decide to take profits. And when that happens, it means that they're going to sell their stock. And when people start to sell a stock, the price falls. Now, many people are predicting that we're going to see a price fall of around about 20 to 30% in the coming weeks and months. And I wouldn't disagree with that too much. I've certainly worked for investment houses that look after client money and have specific investment objectives and return targets. And oftentimes when these people are building portfolios, they will have companies like Tesla in there, Apple in there, Amazon, all these really big tech companies, and they will be very well diversified globally across sectors. And they will have a look at their portfolio and think, well, if our target return for this batch of clients or this fund is 8%, and we've seen a 61% return in our Tesla holdings, believe me, they're going to sell and they're going to take some profits. That is just a natural thing for them to do. The same thing will apply to traders who have bought this stock, knowing that there's a frenzy, knowing that people are after this stock now because of all of this news and this positivity surrounding the stock. They are naturally going to get to a point where they're going to take profits. At which point that is going to happen, I don't know. Many people believe that it is going to be shortly after the price starts to trade at its new price, which is from today. So I'm going to be watching my portfolio very, very closely over the next week to see when this might begin to happen. Now, I am a long-term holder when it comes to this stock. So in the bigger scheme of things, this isn't really important to me. But with that being said, the human side of my psychology and my being wants to protect myself from any downside. And one of the things that I'm thinking of doing here is potentially taking profits myself. I haven't decided yet whether I am going to do that, but potentially taking profits myself and redeploying that profit into a couple of other shares specifically. Whether I do that, I'll keep you guys updated. But that is something that is definitely in the back of my mind and something that I am expecting to see. Now, with that said, there are a couple of key dates that are going to be very, very important to the Tesla share price in the next 2 to 3 months. Let's talk about those specifically. So one of the big challenges facing an electric revolution when it comes to cars moving over into being fully electric and essentially internal combustion engines being no more is the limited supply of materials that it takes to build the batteries that go into these cars. This has been an argument that has been made for a good number of years now, and the reality is there is going to be a shortage in materials, and that is something that is very well known, and even Elon himself acknowledges that. Now, key to a response to this is battery technology, how much life you can get out of a battery and how efficiently you can get them to run, so that once you make one battery, it can last for an extended period of time without the need to actually replace or find a new battery, which means use of more materials as they become more limited. And that in itself is a really, really big struggle. So the first date that is really important, which is in the diary right now, it's September 22nd. That is going to be Battery Day. And it is anticipated that Elon is going to basically hold a press conference where he's going to announce a 1,000,000-mile battery. So a battery that will go into a Tesla, a Model S, a Model 3, a Model X, a Model Y, and essentially last 1,000,000 miles. Now, I know for a fact from having a Model S that these batteries, they do work pretty well. I mean, they talk about battery denigration. Mine is probably about 5 or 6 years old now. My battery denigration in 5 or 6 years is only about 2%. 2%. And I've done 125,000 miles in my car. So September 22nd, Elon starts to talk about a 1,000,000-mile battery. This could be a really big thing for Tesla, because it's not just about them producing batteries for the Tesla vehicle, it's also them producing batteries to supply to other manufacturers, Mercedes, Porsche, BMW, the like. And as he starts to expand out the Gigafactories, which he's now looking at one in Berlin, and he's already got one out in China now, this could be a really profitable side of the business. Again, this is all about technology and making sure that you've got a head start. And unfortunately, for a lot of the other competition that is coming along right now, Tesla are way ahead when it comes to technology, when it comes to this arena of electric vehicles. The second date that is extremely important is going to be Q3 result day, which is going to be on the 27th of October. This is really going to underpin whether they've had a good Q3. Now, bearing in mind, we have had coronavirus. So the impact of this on delivery numbers, sale numbers, we don't yet know. We know that the Model Y is supposed to be delivered in more regions now, but we don't know what impact the coronavirus has had on this. There is a big chance that they're going to miss their delivery numbers and not be able to post a profit in Q3. If that happens, then we're probably going to see the share price take a little bit of a battering. And that's just reality. If a company is not producing profits, then you can't expect that the share price is going to keep going up, especially on a day when you're announcing Q3 results. There's nothing really for people to be enthused about to encourage the share price to increase in value, or for people to buy more stock because they have made profit. Again, that will be an opportunity for many people to get rid of stock, to profit take, because they will have an up-to-date idea of where the business is going and how the business is performing from a financial point of view. And let's face it, the bottom line is all about money and finances. This is what this all is underpinned by. So those are just a couple of dates that are really important that should be in your diary as well if you hold Tesla stock. For me personally, I am a long-term holder of the stock. What happens next is anybody's guess. I think we will see a little bit of a drop in the share price. I think that will be a natural thing as people start to take profits. I might be one of them. I'll keep you posted. But I think that will happen. It will definitely happen. I'll be very, very surprised if the share prices continues to climb and climb and climb and climb and climb. I mean, looking at Cathie Woods. Cathie Woods is still very, very bullish. She was forecasting that the share price was going to go to 7,000 prior to the share split that happened today. Now, based on the new share price, the stock price to get to 7,000 is equivalent of $1,200 a share, which means that right now, the share price would have to triple for her prediction to come to pass. Whether that will or not is going to be heavily dependent on, number one, Battery Day, number two, Q3 results, and number four, whether Tesla get access to the S&P 500. You would argue that if they post really good numbers, Q3 profit, That takes them a little bit closer to the S&P 500 if it doesn't happen before then. If they get access to the S&P 500, well, then the share price could go anywhere near 1,200. It might even go over. That's me being optimistic, but it would be a really, really, really big milestone for the share price. So look, it's one of those situations where we're going to watch this space. My question to you is, what are you going to do? What are your thoughts right now? What are you thinking? Are you happy with returns that you've got? Have you bought shares already, or are you waiting for there to be a better opportunity for you to get into Tesla? I mean, let's put it this way. If the share price does fall by 20 to 30%, I will be buying more. But what would you do? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. And again, if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Make sure that you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you are looking to build an investment portfolio and you want to understand all of this, all of the basics behind making a good decision around how to build a portfolio, how the stock market works, that I have an investment course that you absolutely need to take. It is not expensive at all. It's £99.99, £99.99. It is 4 chapters, 15 lessons. You can work through that in 92 minutes, and it will give you the full underpinnings of what you need to know if you're a first-time investor with zero knowledge. This will really, really help you, so make sure you check that out. There will be a link in the description. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I'm doing troubleshooting calls. There will also be a link to that in the description as well. But guys, if you've not listened to the podcast, there it is right there, available on Apple, Google, and Spotify. Make sure you check it out. I will see you all on Friday. Catch you later.